morning, all my wanderers and friends. It's Saturday morning and it's coffee time. And you can see I have mine. Do you have yours all with you? How are you all today? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing great. So today I'm doing a little bit different with the coffee time. I so wanted to do one like I usually do, where we're doing a kitchen gadget or something of that type, and I do have plans for one. I've just been having a problem getting the product I need to use to make what we're going to make. I think most everybody is going to enjoy what it is we're going to make. So today I thought maybe just a brief video to say hi to everybody and hope you're all doing well, and welcome you here, and I'm glad you're here. I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple different things. One, I thought maybe we would recap some of the most recent news items. Some you may have heard of, some you may not have. And please feel free, use the comments section if you have any thoughts or ideas. When I get into the news items, I'm not saying that I'm for or against. I'm just reporting what the news has reported. But if anybody has any comments about it or thoughts about it, please leave a comment. Also, what I wanted to ask you all for comments for is, what type of content would you like to see me do for some of the videos? In other words, would you like more of the when we wander kind of comments, videos, or do you like the ones on the food hall videos, the Saturday morning coffees, or do you have some kind of other idea that you'd like to see? Please leave me comments and let me know. Okay, world news. So world and US news, I guess we'll call it. I do have some notes, so excuse me if I'm periodically looking downward. There's so much happening that it's hard to keep track of everything all at once, so I made notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. One of the things I wanted to mention was, and it involves the state of Texas actually. I don't know if this has been reported in any of the local news media, but there is a company called GH America Energy. It is wholly Chinese run, Chinese owned corporation, so therefore it makes it a not a domestic corporation. They have acquired, and I honestly can't remember the exact number of acres, but it was somewhere in the 140,000 acres in Texas, somewhere in the Val Verde County. And what they're looking to do with that is to build a wind farm. In other words, it would be, your wind turbine to run for electricity. Which means, I guess, that the Chinese are now wanting to be involved in our electrical system. Wind turbines, just to give you a little, or these are my thoughts, a little background of my thoughts is, wind turbines, as well as solar, I think they're good backup sources, but not a permanent source for our electricity. Because let's face it, if there's no sun, there's no solar. If there's no wind, there's no wind turbine spinning around giving us electricity. My understanding is that a wind turbine has a lifespan of about 30 years per turbine. This land is located near Laughlin Air Force Base in Texas. I think that is pretty much the most I have for updated news on that. Whether it is passed yet or not, I don't know, but that is what's looking to go on, in case you didn't know that. Please please leave your comments with regard to how you feel about that. Also, I believe California will be next on my list. And I never realized this myself until doing a little research on this. California produces about 1/3 of the United States vegetables and about 2/3 of the nation's fruits and nuts. So there is a big drought going out there in certain areas. And therefore, those counties, I think they call them counties, are limiting the amount of water. In other words, there's only so much certain farms can have. And a lot of the crops require a lot more water than what the farms have available, either naturally occurring rains or allotments. So the farmers there have chosen to either not farm the land at all, or they're growing crops that don't require as much water. Obviously, there's no sense to growing something if it's going to die midway. That's a given that we understand. But what that's going to mean is there's going to be shortages all over the U.S. if that much fruit and veggies come from that state. So that's something to think about, and I'm always kind of pushing, I guess you would say, everyone to be aware of those sort of things. Not dwell on them. I don't mean dwell on them and make it get all afraid, but be prepared. It's hard when it comes to vegetables and fruit, unless you can, to buy what you can now and can it up to set aside or freeze it. There's only so much room in a freezer. But I just thought I'd pass that news on to you if you're wondering why prices are, again, going to skyrocket on fruits and vegetables. Let's see. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is a little bit about all this cyber hacking that's going on. As you know, JBS, which is, I think, almost the world's largest meatpacking facility or processing, was hacked. And that affected operations in Australia as well, Canada, and the U.S. So it's not just the U.S., it's other countries that will be affected by those things. Again, we all know that our meat prices are skyrocketing, and we're saying why, we wonder why. There's many reasons why, and this is definitely one of them. Another subject I wanted to mention, and I readily admit I don't quite understand the whole cryptocurrency thing. I'm trying, but it's not something that is my expertise, let's put it that way. But what I did recently hear is there are some states in the U.S. that have now made it legal for silver and gold to be a legal tender to purchase products in those states. Not the U.S. dollar. Gold and silver can be used. I'm sure U.S. dollars still can, while U.S. dollars are worth a dollar. And those states that have already done that are Louisiana, Utah, and Texas. Tennessee is the next one that is talking about following along with that. I have a question for you all. The fact that the states are doing that, are they expecting a collapse of the dollar here in the U.S.? Is that a possibility? And they're making sure that their states are going to be okay money-wise. I'd love to hear what your comments would be on that. latest thing, and I don't know if this one has even hit the local media or not here in the States. Probably has, but probably buried somewhere too. Russia. Yes, Russia. They are liquidating all US dollars. They are going to go totally to either the euro, what do they call it? I'm losing it here. To the euro or the whatever, the yuan, I think it is, the Chinese money, or precious gold and silver. They're no more going to be operating with any US dollars whatsoever. Now that affects a lot, and we're talking about, I think, in the billions that they're getting rid of. So where do you think this is leading to? It's not it's in the States as well as around the country. Are people fearful that our US dollar economy is collapsing? What do you think? I think that's all I've got for any quick updates on news. I just want to call your attention that I'm doing plant-based things, apples, tangerines, bananas, and of course, the things that I say have changed my life around. This cream is wonderful. You'll find a link where you can find more information on that below in the description section under the YouTube channel. If you click on the little arrow that points down, it'll give you some links, some information, where to reach me, an email address, a website address, and that type of thing, for those of you that didn't know that. So I hope that this has been informative to you, and I hope I'm not giving you old news, so to say. And I'm looking forward to doing the next morning coffee. Hopefully we're going to be making something that way and not be dealing with all these newsy things, but they're happening so fast, almost on a daily basis. It's really quite hard to keep up with that. I'm glad you all were here today. It makes me really very, very happy that you're here to visit with us. And I do hope you'll come back. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Until the next time, bye-bye.